That's right. The mic is now open. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm Jacob Craig, and we are joined by two very special guests for this crossover podcast episode. We've done this a few times in our show's history. I'm excited to do it with this one because I think this is one of the first podcasts we've crossed over with where it's different than anything we've ever discussed before. It's a paranormal podcast called Ready to Believe You, hosted by two very good friends of the show, Mr. Wally Phelps, who you all should know by now, and making his first ever on-screen appearance on Open Micers Podcast, Mr. Carlos Longoria, aka I Am the Rampage. Rampage. How are you boys doing, man?
I'm doing all right. It's been a pretty good week. It's been the summer has started, and you can tell because everything has melted. And it's going to be a hot summer, which is going to translate to me being indoors most of the time.
Hot boy summer.
I will look. I was thinking that I was like, oh, that means it's going to be a hot summer because you're out there, Wally, and
That's also true.
No, yeah, I will also agree. I think I'm gonna probably stay indoors most of this summer, and not only because it's hot, but because I am broke. And I can't afford to go nowhere.
Are you broke in terms of money or like your body?
Both. Yes, both. That is exactly what's going on, man. I had to take some time off from work.
Hey, Wally, you want to have a running bet on who loses their foot first, Carlos?
Oh
or
my God!
Jacob?
Look, I was so close. Look, that doctor. I went to the. Okay, so I got
$20 says Carlos loses a foot by 2025.
Jeez, you. Oh my God!
That's
I hope not.
Very
look.
long from now.
Look, I tell you what though. No, I went to a couple of weeks ago. I went to I got home from work one day. I wasn't feeling great. I was tired and blah blah blah. I didn't realize I was running a fever. I took a nap, woke up, went to the bathroom, looked down, and noticed that my toes weren't touching the floor properly. And I was like, my foot is swollen. I don't know what's going on with that. And
you had big trouble in Little China foot.
I did. Look, it wasn't that to that extreme, but man, that is exactly what's going on. And my fiance was like, "You're gonna call in sick and find out what the dealio is and go and see the foot doctor." So I called the foot doctor and they saw me. He had to lance with a scalpel. I have a callus. So I have a condition. Essentially, it's a bone that's ever so slightly too sharp on the inside of it's a metatarsal bone that's ever so slightly too sharp. So if I step weird, it'll cut me from the inside and it'll form a callus while it is healing. So, because the wound has to go somewhere, so it grows outward, forms a callus. That callus makes it worse because I'm literally stepping on callus the whole time because it is hard, whatever. So it just makes it worse. So anyway, yeah, so he's lancing it, with the scalpel and stuff and everything, and he's like, "Hey, I can see you again on Friday," which this was like a Tuesday. He goes, "Or you can go to the hospital right now and try not to lose your foot." And I was like, he goes, "Because I think you're going to lose your foot. So try to get on some antibiotics like today and see if you can save your foot." And I was like, okay.
I feel like that's something you should tell me like as a statement.
Yeah.
Instead of making that my decision.
Look, he gave me a choice though, so I mean,
how attached are you to this foot?
What is the choice though?
Apparently not very attached to the foot. That's the problem in the first place.
I guess not. Look, so I don't look. I have some neuropathy. I am diabetic.
Oh yeah,
so
brother.
I do have some. Yeah. So I'm type 2 diabetic. For those of y'all that don't know,
This show
50%
is
of the show is diabetic.
50% of the show is. So Team D or I don't know.
Yeah, Team D.
We'll go
with Team D. Let's go. We're the D boys.
Yeah, D boys. But seriously, no. So that's what ended up happening is like he goes, okay, I can check you in from here. You can go and blah blah blah. So I was there for like from Wednesday or whatever until like Friday evening and stuff, and they put me on some antibiotic. And they put me on multiple antibiotics. They were changing them out throughout the day. And he came and saw me.
That's
like
only because he
Thursday.
didn't like the flavor of the first two.
That's what it was. It wasn't Kool-Aid-y enough. And I was like, nah, I don't like. I'm more of a fruit punch kind of guy or cherry. Give me cherry, anything. I'm good. But so I was in the hospital for a few days and then went home, and I've been out of commission for the past like 2 weeks now and everything. That I've been out of work, so I've been having to burn through all the little bit of paid time off that I had left. So I don't even know how much paid time off I have to cover any of it, if I had it hardly any to cover it all. So yeah.
The real question here though is, were there any ghosts in your hospital room?
You know what?
He's gonna get haunted by the ghost of his foot whenever it's gone.
Look, there was a guy right down from me that was like that would just rage and complain to the nurses that were passing by, but he was just a complainer, and they were like, "Yeah, sorry about it." So what they ended up doing, they ended up just like keeping my door closed the entire time because I was a pleasure to be around.
I disagree.
Well, Wally, you didn't come see me in the hospital, and that actually hurt my feelings.
I had to work.
Yeah, some of us don't have paid time off either, Carlos.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wait, you know what? Now that I think about it, I actually think I was in out of town at the time.
Oh, look!
I couldn't come see you in the hospital because I didn't want to.
Well, I appreciate that.
Look, as much as I love hanging out in hospitals,
it's one of my favorite pastimes. Apparently,
I do believe the food was haunted, though. That is.
Oh my God, the food was hospital food, and
it was good for you.
My fiance would like bring me some other foods and stuff in there. She would like this. They obviously don't. Yeah, that's not going to fill you up. That's not going to give you anything.
Carlos is in the hospital because he's diabetic and he's about to lose a foot, and his girlfriend's walking in carrying like Popeyes and shit. Like, what are you in here for?
Look, she brought me more food from the hospital. It was still hospital food. It was just more
the Popeyes food in the hospital.
Carlos,
it is Baton Rouge.
It is.
Here, Carlos, I brought you a birthday cake. Here.
Thank you. Window.
Yes. Yeah, they had me on all kind of stuff, like drinking weird drinks that are supposed to promote healing and whatnot and everything. So they had herbs and
when the Paltrow's piss.
That's exactly what it was. It tasted. You know what it? Well, I don't know what her piss tastes like, but you know what? If it tasted like this, I would
die
drink
to
it.
find out.
I would drink it though if it tasted like this because it was cherry.
Gwyneth Paltrow is not one of them.
That's the one thing Jacob would buy off of Goop. Is just
yeah, dude, I'd clean out that whole store. What are you talking about, bro?
But I don't know. So I'm recovered apparently enough to where I can at least return to work light duty. So I'm just kind of be in the office doing stuff around the office.
All right. First of all, light duty, title of my first special. Second of all, I feel like we need to put at least like a Twitter poll out to let the people decide which of the four of us will lose a foot first. Because I feel like we all
That's a
have
good point.
A foot in the race.
We really do. Some people too.
Well,
some people too. Not for long, but.
Oh man. Look, I don't know the situation. I don't know Wally's situation or Jason's, whatever the other guy's name is.
Jason's the healthiest of the four.
Yeah,
dude. Ironically, Jason's the healthiest, and he's like 10,000 years old.
That's the thing is like I think out of all of us, I think he is the healthiest. I think,
and he smoked for like 35 years.
Right? What in the world? I haven't touched a cigarette in my life, and he's like,
yeah.
Hey, I do have high blood pressure though, not
So-
high blood
oh,
pressure, but
sorry for
high-
your
Oh, you
high
collected
blood
one
pressure.
of the Pokemon of death.
I have
So
high
understand.
cholesterol. That's my problem.
Oh no!
Oh, and high cholesterol.
Bro,
Well,
Carlos has
whoopty
all of those
shit.
Infinity
Look, I
Stones.
got all of
The
those.
Infinity Stone.
Look, I have. Yeah, I was gonna say I have all of those on pills for. Look, I should make a glove that has like a pill on each knuckle.
Oh my god,
the
like a
Infinity
Monday, Tuesday,
Gauntlet.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah,
Friday.
and
Okay.
exactly, and just be like, "These are my Monday pills." Yeah.
Dude, but I feel like because I mean, Carlos obviously the foot thing. He almost lost his foot already, so he should be the favorite to lose his foot first. I'm out of control diabetic, and I have problems with my legs. Wally has problems with his legs,
Yes.
but I think the factor that no one is considering is that Jason is so fucking clumsy. He could fall down,
That's a good point.
That
have
is-
his leg fall under him, and lose his foot tomorrow.
He's gonna fly into
Hey.
a wood chipper one day.
Yeah, dude.
I did almost I did crush my foot a few years ago in the gym when
I fucking remember
when
that.
some meathead left 100-pound
Sorry, I apologize.
yeah,
dude.
left 100-pound he left 100-pound plate on the leg press, so I tried to pull the plate
That's light
off and
work.
it slipped out of my hands and fell right on my foot. And,
Wait.
work, dude.
You were complaining about 100 pounds. Was that the
That's
only
what
weight
I
that was
was
on there?
thinking.
Because look, whenever I
It wasn't that it was the
look, I used to
100-pound
do like
plate.
350, and that's not even a lot.
Well, no, it was just I pulled the plate off and it was like
It was
wasn't-
wet from all the
wasn't
pussy that guy was
wet.
getting.
No, but it was like
That's
it's when I pulled it off the thing, it slipped out of my hand and it fell right
It's
on my
Gwyneth
foot.
Paltrow piss that was on there.
Yeah, dude. he
We
was at the
have
Duke gym.
established that Jason does not skip leg day, so at least he's going a little better than I.
True, dude.
All
He's
right,
got
all
good
right.
legs.
He's better than me. He's doing better than me because I can't do leg day much. So I'm gonna have to get a
Well, pretty soon you're only going to have
A
to worry
scooter.
about one.
Yeah,
So you
leg
gotta just
day.
do
Look,
one
leg
leg
day.
day.
just
Leg
one.
day.
Just one. Yeah, just one.
You're gonna have to learn how to ride a bike with like a hand and a foot.
To like, I'm get one of those. I'm gonna get one of those hand
How much-
bikes like the.
I wonder how much one of your legs weighs, so that when you lose the leg, you can just go on like Facebook and be like, learn how I lost 50 pounds instantly.
Look, it's
He'd
all
sell a
these
book.
weight loss things. Yeah, I guess write a book.
Yeah.
Be like me.
A Step Ahead by Carlos Longoria.
How I lost 50 pounds in 2 seconds. Also titled A Lifetime of Bad Decisions.
Yeah, that'd be the subtitle.
The cover and the back jacket with his picture has him snacking.
Yeah, let me just eat this. Look, I got trail mix here, you guys.
Why do I feel like
It doesn't
Carlos?
even. It's not even the candy kind. It's smoked
Well, that's nuts.
paprika.
Why do
No,
I
this
feel
is
like
the Tex-Mex
Carlos
kind.
would be the kind of guy that would save the foot and make tacos out of it?
Because you're a racist, dude. Why do you have to make tacos, bro? Why couldn't you make
I
like
know,
an
and
Italian
look,
dish?
I
It
would
could have
make,
been brisket. But
I
that's
would
the
make
right
a
cut.
burger out of it, sir. Get correct. I'm gonna tell you. Look, you racist son of a gun, you.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna make a burger
Look,
with some.
I don't
frickin-
even eat Mexican food and whatnot unless my fiance wants Mexican food because I grew up eating Mexican food. Look, let me tell you why. I grew up eating so much damn Mexican food. I got sick of it. So I eat burgers and pizza and hot dogs every damn chance I get. That's why I eat hot dogs.
That's
every
not
damn
something
Yeah,
to brag
but-
about, brother, when
yeah,
you're
but-
diabetic. But
Yeah, but isn't
Look,
to you though? Isn't Mexican food just food?
it's just food. Yeah, I don't even like. Wait, what?
yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
what,
shit, dude.
Mexican
Our
food?
food's a genre to him. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, hot dogs are a delicacy.
but isn't a taco technically just a Mexican hamburger?
It look.
Oh.
dude.
Why
You
would you
know-
say something so controversial?
Look,
That's great.
oh my god!
Well, they just-
all the things that you're gonna get canceled for on this show. Jason.
Well, look, all I'm saying is they just had a landmark decision where tacos were and hot dogs were actually classified as sandwiches. So a hot dog is now officially a sandwich.
How the fuck it's
Well,
not
I
to
mean,
anyone who's normal?
You know why?
I mean, because it's between two pieces of bread.
No, technically it's because it's the city that this decision was done in was so that street food and restaurants can serve food past a certain time at night, because you're not supposed to have like a full-time restaurant after a certain time, like 9 or 10, some weird thing like that, unless it's like sandwiches and finger foods. So now so they could still sell street tacos and hot dogs because as sandwiches, because you can sell sandwiches after a certain time. So now the restaurants can stay open and say that they're serving sandwiches because like hot dogs and tacos are now considered sandwiches.
Are you opening a restaurant, Jason? Is this why you're doing so
Yeah,
much
dude, that's
research on
right.
it?
I listen to the news sometimes. And this
Why,
is important
dude? You're
to
gonna
me.
die so soon. Fucking watch cartoons.
Hey, I'd rather
Enjoy
learn.
yourself.
I would rather
His
have
last words will be,
I'd much rather have news about how hot dogs are considered sandwiches instead of like anything about the election or anything political.
Look, I'll agree. Look, I don't, man, with all the, I don't know why I get so much damn political news. I don't look up
Mexican.
political news. That's
because
probably
that's
what it
people
is.
click on.
I guess.
They want your vote, dude. Your vote is so valuable.
Yours
Because if one Mexican votes for Donald Trump, he wins.
You know,
in his eyes at least.
It's a moral victory, at least.
We got one.
We fucking did it, boys! The South will rise
Mission
again.
accomplished.
oh my god. Jason, what are you gonna call this restaurant that you're opening? As I want to know. So that way I can not go there whenever you open.
Well, can I use your foot and then I can name it? You know how people say whenever something really tastes good, they'll say like, "Man, you put your foot in it." So I'll just name Carlos put his foot in it.
That's a horrible name.
Yeah. That doesn't even look, man. You're gonna have to do better than
J
that.
Funk.
You're supposed to be a comedian.
Sandwiches and fries.
I don't want funk in the name of a restaurant I'm going to eat at.
God damn it. Well, it's.
Oh, is you like at least could made it something clever and be like toes and jams or something and
Yeah, there you go. There you go, dude. Make PB and J's.
yeah, there you go. But
Toe jams.
toe jams.
Food by the foot.
Food by
Food by the foot, dude. There you go. That's it.
That's a good one. I like that one. Food by the foot.
That's it. That's the winner right there.
That's the winner. Yeah. That's the gooder.
You know how you see those chain restaurants or whatever, not even chain restaurants, but like you'll drive through a sketchy area and you see a store that just says donuts.
Yes.
And there's like so many of them. It's just donuts, liquor. I feel like Jason's restaurant would just be foot.
Foot. Oh, speaking of donuts, look, we have several. All right, I don't know what it is with the. Okay, so y'all know banks closing around y'all guys.
Yeah,
like,
what?
They're Are they closing banks near y'all? Like just over the past
At
few years.
5.
Well, I mean,
No, they're putting up
like,
new
you know what I
banks.
mean?
Yeah, they're building
Yeah,
new
right.
banks here.
Oh, are they? Oh, see, here banks are like closing. We've lost like several banks.
Well, it's
like,
because you live in
just
Baton Rouge.
closing
That's
the-
why.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, but there's still a crap ton of
In
banks.
the bank
but,
wars.
but there's like Chase and like Capital One and a few other banks. They've actually closed some of their locations here in the area, and
Oh, that's it. We've never
Several-
had those. So
several of these banks are turning into donut shops.
Hell yeah.
Why are the donut shops buying former bank buildings?
'Cause that's
I
all
do
people
not
have
know.
money
it's
for
because
now.
there's always cops around them.
Hold on. Let me take a guess. Because they have those little tubes where they can send stuff out to people. They're putting donuts in there.
Sweet mother of God, I want to go now.
Turn it around, brother.
But look, the ones there's one right down from where I work, like literally a quarter mile from, or it's actually about a half a mile from where my job is, and it's a former Chase, and the ATM machine is still there, but the rest of it is just like they bought it out, and it's a donut shop now, and you can go through the drive-through, and get
Hey,
like
that sounds like the best idea ever.
I mean,
Right.
they're good donuts. Don't get me wrong, they're good. I love them. But
that reminds me of here in Gulfport, we have an
I
urgent
mean,
care that used to be
my
a gas station.
diabetes. I don't eat that many donuts that often, you guys.
Yeah, right, dude. Dude, Carlos is a type 2 diabetic who eats like shit and is still skinnier than me. Like, like everyone would assume I'm the fat diabetes.
I gained like 5 pounds these past 2 weeks, man. I tell you what.
For people that don't know, Carlos is in our Open Micers producers chat that we have, group chat. And he'll send us pictures at like 9 in the morning where he's eating like a 4-piece fried chicken meal with like pancakes and donuts and orange juice. And then like an hour later, he's like going through the drive-thru. And he's like, I'm hungry. Like, dude,
I am hungry. I'm telling you, man. Look.
That's what got you into this situation in the first place, Carlos.
If I don't eat every like hour or so, I will get famished super quickly. Jason, let me tell you. So I have to eat multiple times. No, in all seriousness, I'm a grazer. I eat a lot of like small things like throughout the day. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you just have do you just have a toilet seat for your driver's seat in the car?
Look. I tell you what. Whenever I gotta train somebody, when we have the occasional new employee and they have to ride with me, I'm just like, dang it. Hey, let me stop over here. Yeah, because boy, I tell you what, man, I
gotta learn which one of these places have the clean bathroom.
Yeah, no. In all seriousness, I'll tell them. Yeah, they got good bathrooms over there. Did I
ever tell you guys about the obvious drug front donut shop that I went into a while back, where I used to live in St. Martin? And Wally, you may know this place. It's over there by the Beat-A-Hung laundromat.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They used to have a little donut shop there, and all it said was donuts on the sign. So I was like, I'm going to stop in here because I passed by it a lot. And one day I was like, I'm just going to stop in and get a couple donuts. And I went up in there, and the store was empty except for one guy sitting behind the glass counter where the donuts should have been. And inside this glass counter was a dozen Walmart donuts still in the box that was just sitting in there, and he was sitting behind there on an iPad. And I walk in and he looks at me like, he gives me this look like, the fuck are you doing in here? And I just looked around. I'm like, nope, and turned around and walked right back out.
All right, I have a similar situation. There was a pawn shop, and I'm doing the air quotes for those of y'all that aren't watching the video. There was a pawn shop that opened next to the, you know how the little gas stations have the little multiple buildings, sometimes the multiple businesses, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, they rented out this quote unquote pawn shop rented out the unit next to the gas station, and it was. I walked in there. I was like, oh, I love pawn shops. Let me go see what I can find. You know what they had in there? Was behind glass. Okay, so they had like tiki masks, and I'm not joking. They had like tiki masks on the floor, on the wall, and some decorative furniture and stuff and everything to kind of fit that theme for some reason. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
And then by the door they had a glass shelf that had cheap gas station knives. You know what I'm talking about? Those ones that they sell for like $10-15 or whatever the heck. He had like several of those, and there was like a few pens. They weren't even good pens.
Like
in the glass also.
Yeah,
they
big
were
pens.
just they were just like they were better than big pens.
These are red grading pens.
Yeah,
that's why they're so
but they weren't even like fancy pens. And then up at the desk, at the counter, he had a glass table, or glass counter, and they had like maybe a dozen coins that were there because they were advertised as a pawn shop, but it was a coin shop. But they only had like a dozen coins in the whole glass. And
That's all you need.
none of them were anything like I am not a expert coin collector,
Like the
but
dude
also
just emptied his pocket out and just like
it was
threw 'em in there.
literally just quarters and shit though for like the past couple of years, and I was like, none of this is even. And he had like a couple of coins from like Mexico, and I think it was just random coins. So I was like, let me get the hell out of here. so because I know. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't want to be in here for whatever's about to happen.
Yeah, I don't think this is what it's supposed to be. I legit think it was a front for something else.
That's exactly how I felt when I walked into that donut shop.
Because I walked in and I
was like, nope.
None of it made any sense. And I was like, and the guy was all like, he was just there talking to another guy behind the counter, and he was like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And I was like, "Not much." I said, "I just came to browse and blah blah blah." I was at the gas station waiting on my food. I thought I'd jump in and see what you got.
Carlos
he goes, yeah, we don't
Carlos
have,
gets a bag thrown over his head.
But I was looking at, I was like, I might come back for one of these knives. I do like knives, so I'll be back later. I got to get out of here.
They're still waiting. They're waiting for you to come back.
No, that place closed. That place closed down in about 2 months.
I'm surprised it didn't burn down.
No, well, it seems like every there's been a barbecue restaurant there, 2 barbecue restaurants actually. It was a chain,
gas station barbecue,
a local chain. No, it was a
can't beat it.
It was a chain, a local chain. They opened up a location there. It lasted about 6 months, and then another place they sell Jamaican food just opened up last year. That one's gone now, so
Those
now
jerks.
It's empty again. Yeah, it is jerk. They did have jerk chicken, and I never got to try it, Wally.
See,
and I've never been brave enough to jerk a chicken.
See, that pawn shop closed down because of you, Carlos. It closed down.
Yeah, dude. If you would have bought something,
you were his last dying hope to keep that store open.
If you would have been like, "I'll give you $1 for that quarter," it would still be there.
Best I can do is 10 cents.
Oh man.
But I do want to get into some ready to believe you talk here, guys. I want to talk about some paranormal stuff.
Okay.
Look,
you are not a believer, are you?
No, I'm not a believer, but I did bring a story for you guys.
Okay,
for you to debunk or theorize over. Which, first of all, a bone to pick with you guys. Your podcast is called Ready to Believe You. I don't think you're ready to believe fucking anybody.
No, I'm not. Well, we're just not ready to. We're ready to believe. We're ready to believe everybody except Jason.
Okay, great. Then I fit right in.
I need to put a new tagline on there. Ready to believe you.
And before you get into it, Jacob, I would like to point out that a Seth, who was mentioned in the last story that Jason told last episode of Ready to Believe You, theorized that there was a reflection of someone standing outside of the building, which is why it looked like he ran so quickly to the back. And that's what he saw was a shadow of somebody standing by the window near the door. I mean, not on the other side of the door, which is entirely possible. That actually does sound.
That kind of makes sense.
It's possible, and it's also still scary. There's somebody waiting outside the door for me.
Like some guy sitting out there at the window, like a car drives by, is like, dun dun dun. Yeah, that is kind of spooky. But yes, go ahead, Jacob. I'm so sorry for interrupting you there.
Oh, no, you're good. I'll try to keep the story as short as I can without leaving out any pertinent details.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for this week, everybody.
Oh, no!
Man, it was good good talking to you guys, man.
But anyways, so my childhood home has had some alleged ghost activity ever since I was a child there from my mom's dad, supposedly. Because before I was even born, my brother, when he was like 3 or 4 years old, used to say that my grandpa would come and take him out of his playpen and play with him because my mom would just find him outside of his playpen, like just doing whatever, which is neither here nor there. But after my father passed away, which has been about a year ago now, 2 or 3 months afterwards, me and my fiance and my daughter were still living there. And I had felt ever since he had died, sort of like cold spells or whatever, cold spots, that sort of thing, which can be completely psychosomatic, which I just assumed. I was like, oh yeah, he died. I'm creeped out around all of his stuff, which is why I feel cold. So, but we're up late watching a movie. The closet light is turned on. The closet door is open. And I see our laundry basket in the closet. It's up on just some stacks of like bags, like canvas bags, and I see it slide. It slides down and stops. And I think, okay, well, it's on those canvas bags. It's not stable. It's just sliding by itself. Nothing to worry about here. And then we go to bed. I don't turn the light off. I just shut the closet door. And a few, maybe 5 minutes later, I hear this really loud bang on the door. The door swings open, and I whip my head over, and I see the laundry basket fall from up in the air. Not where it had slid and rested. It hit the door from up in the air and fell and made an impact on the floor with the closet door swung open. And I immediately yell, Dad, stop. That's not fucking funny. I miss you. And nothing else happened. And that's the last encounter that I've had in that house.
So,
all right.
Just so and you don't. I hate to ask this because I have to. Were you on any type of illegal substance?
No.
Okay. No.
Were you on crack at the time?
No, just a little bit of meth, dude, but I always am.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I know where you have
yeah, but
lived,
meth.
So.
Yeah,
but now, the second thing is, okay, so the door flung open and the thing and the basket was flying out. Which is now, how deep is this closet?
Not deep at all.
Okay.
Not deep at all. So if I stood in the closet and picked up that laundry basket and threw it to the door, I don't think that I would have. I don't think I'd be able to generate enough force to swing the door open like that because I wouldn't have enough space to swing my arms out.
And there was nothing else in there that could have fell over or.
No, I went over there and looked at it for a good little bit. So I see the laundry basket fall. I see when the door swings open, the laundry basket is in the air and falls to the ground. And I go over there to see if anything else is out of place. Everything else is just how it's been, or seemingly how it had been. I didn't notice anything out of place.
Any possibility that laundry basket was on top of something and it fell towards the door?
No, like I said earlier when we were watching the movie, I saw it slide and come to a stop.
Okay, all right.
So it's not flat on the ground. It's still on sort of these canvas bags, but it slid and it had to have been against something else to have reached that stopping point. But it's on top of the canvas bags and slid against something else. So there's no space from where the point where it's at, even if it's kept sliding. Also, the angle, it's not angled at the door. It's completely parallel to the door. It slid parallel to the door. It didn't slide towards the door.
Interesting.
And there was nothing on the ground that could have that would have forced any kind of momentum upward, like a toy.
You didn't set a ramp up or nothing, did you?
Oh yeah, dude. I was working on my Hot Wheel track the day before, and it must have just fucking hit that. I didn't think about that.
Just hit the ramp and just
the RC car just clicked on.
No, no toys in there. The only other stuff that's in there, I mean, are fishing poles, an industrial fryer that we used to fry turkeys at Thanksgiving. Like nothing that could have bounced it that high upwards into the air.
Okay.
Now, there's one detail that kind of makes me wonder: why did you leave the light on in there? And you shut the door.
Well, because my fiance is scared of the dark, and my daughter is sleeping in there with us, and she's scared of the dark, and I'm also sleeping in there, and I'm also scared of the dark.
Everybody's scared of the dark.
We're all scared of the dark,
Ghost
brother.
is in there and it's scared of the dark.
Yeah.
The ghost is also scared of the dark. Yeah.
He was just scared, dude. He was like, "It's fucking tight."
Well, let me ask you this.
I'm claustrophobic.
Let me ask you this, Jacob. If you're a non-believer, then why are you afraid of the dark?
Well, Jason, not for paranormal purposes, but let's say someone breaks into my house and it's pitch black fucking dark and I can't see to get a weapon or defend myself.
But you have the advantage in the dark. That person doesn't know the house like you do.
I don't
should
either
know
when I
your
can't
house
see shit,
blindfolded. Sir, have you not ever practiced being blind as a child?
Yeah, I did. I bumped into everything. That's when I was like,
Well,
sight is great.
you just suck. Okay. Look. Look, you have the advantage in the dark. I'm just saying.
Well, without seeing, and like, you don't have any kind of like photographs or anything like that of the incident or anything.
No, just
Okay.
just just me and my fiance who was there. Just the two of
And
us.
she
witnessed
also
it.
saw it fly open.
Oh, she was scared shitless. And
Okay.
and leading up to this, we had several incidents in that bedroom, which is where my brother had a lot of
Yeah, you
paranormal
did, because that's how
instances.
you had your daughter.
No, she was conceived
There was
in
a
the
lot of
backseat of a 2008
activity.
Chevy HHR. But no, so that room was my brother's childhood bedroom, and he had a lot of paranormal encounters there with presumably our grandfather growing up, hearing voices, that sort of thing, stuff moving around. And we had a lot of that leading up to that incident but it wasn't enough to where we're like, oh, like this is undeniable proof. It was kind of like, well, this is fucking weird. We're probably all just shaken up. We're probably all just, creeped out a little bit. But then that's when it came to a head. And right after that happened, none of the little stuff ever happened again.
Interesting. So with the door opening, that never happened before, right?
No.
Okay. And and I presume that it's not a new door that was put on there or anything like that. Recently?
No, old door.
Okay. And I don't know why Hodor just popped in my head now. Hodor. But there is a so what kind of door is it? Is it one that latches, or is it one that slides, or how does it?
Nope,
operate?
just a closet door, just a regular doorknob, not even a lock on it or anything. So
Okay. So it can open if you just tug on it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So there's one thing. All right, good.
But
And the reason why that's good is because that also means, well, it could have opened for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But nobody had to turn anything in order for that to happen.
Was there anybody else in the house that could have opened a door? Because you know how you'll create pressure in a house, like if you open one door on one side of the house, another door will like slam shut or fly open.
So potentially, but it would have been on the entire other end of the house. Because we're in, I mean, it's a double wide trailer, so the adjoining room is my old bedroom that was completely empty, and on the other side of the house is my mom's room, which that's the only other point of activity would be through the living room, through the kitchen, into the other bedroom.
Okay, now we're also working with the idea that this is a double wide, and I know that it is very easy to jostle things in there. So
True.
I'm leaning toward that. Yeah, the big question mark is, why the hell did the laundry basket fly up?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a possibility that the very act of somebody closing it could have like jostled it enough. But if it went high enough, then how is it going to get that kind of energy to do so?
Was there clothes in it?
No,
Was it empty? It was empty. Okay. Is it one of the little plastic ones?
Yeah, just a little plastic crappy laundry basket.
Okay.
Maybe the ghost needed to do its laundry.
Were there any squirrels or raccoons in the house at the time?
No, we had put them all to sleep. They were in the bed with us. They were,
They were all in the pot, stirring away.
I can't think of any other questions to ask here.
Yeah,
there's not a whole lot to go off of, but at the same time, I think we've gotten a lot of information to where I think I can make a determination here as far as what I think happened. But you go ahead and go first.
Yeah, I'm thinking something just shifted around and the basket kind of launched some kind of way, and it kind of a circumstantial kind of thing, to where like the door just maybe it wasn't the basket itself that opened the door, but it might have just been something jostled the door open right as that basket was falling, and since laundry baskets have like an odd shape to them, typically is it like one of the cone shaped ones, like the round ones?
No, it was a long laundry basket.
So it's a long laundry basket. Okay. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's weird. Because in my brain, I was thinking one of the little round cone ones.
No, it was a long laundry basket, so it was sore. You know, the ones that are like rectangular but rounded at the same time.
Yeah.
It was one of those. So when it slid the first time, the edge of the laundry basket is what hit something. So it's not like a completely round thing we're dealing with.
I think that might change things for me too a little.
Yeah, that kind of that
the center of gravity is going to be weird.
Yeah.
At that point, because I mean, how is that going to happen? Like, and I also had imagined the cone shaped one because of the fact that you would think that it'd be a smaller thing, that it would be flinging itself up into the air. So yeah, at this point, I would put this in the middle. I would say this is potential.
Mm-hmm.
It has potential, but not enough for me to say definitively, yeah, it's probably a ghost.
I agree.
But
there's so many factors that come to play and don't at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it's so in the moment.
It's on the cusp of we can definitely tell you what it is.
So
that's why I'm like
on the one side we have believable. On the other side, we have, of course, Jason.
Well, let me ask this before you come up with your conclusions. Like, Jacob, was your dad known for hurling around laundry baskets when he was alive? Because I know he could be a temperamental guy.
So not necessarily hurling around laundry baskets, but he had always said that he was going to haunt us after he died. And he always had a way of like messing with people too. And around this time, I couldn't leave my daughter and my fiance at home alone because she said, and I have no proof of this because I never experienced it, but she said every time that she was alone at the house in any capacity, that my dad would mess with her, that she would hear voices, she would see things move by themselves, and she said that there would be like shit that like she would hear something in the other room. It sounds like someone's throwing something, and she'll go in there and she can't see what it is or what it was or whatever.
Your mom still lives there, right?
Yes.
Okay. We have the opportunity here to do an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be amazing. Once I get my equipment. Oh, I met somebody this weekend who has all of the ghost hunting stuff. So I might reach out to them. They're part of the Mississippi Ghostbusters. And
this might make for a great Patreon crossover as well.
Yeah, dude. Right. Come exercise my dad.
Right. Well, you may have already done it by saying, sometimes all it takes is something like somebody going, I'm sick of your shit, leave,
Yeah.
And the ghost will be like, fine.
Do we know any priests? Do we know any priests we can bring with us?
No. I don't think that way.
Priest would just piss him off, brother.
That's what I'm saying. Every time I see somebody who tries to do it in a religious way, it gets worse before it gets better. So I don't.
So
want
you're saying
that to
I
happen.
shouldn't bring my religious kit then?
No, do not.
Well,
If it gets to that point, we can
yeah.
we can cross that bridge when we get there. But the easiest way is always basically saying, "Look, you need to stop this bullshit." The one thing that and I used to say this. I had written this whole thing about it, but it's like I don't understand why a ghost would try to fuck with me, knowing very well that when I die, I will kick your ass. Because it will happen.
Wally, I just got this new kit. I got some holy water guaranteed that is blessed right off of eBay. I paid $19.95 for this bottle.
It was blessed by Eskimo Indian man.
Yeah. 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 It's high quality H2O, Wally.
I bought it from that preacher dude on the television.
Yes.
The farting preacher. He farted it in a bottle.
Now we have it.
Dude, it's only a matter of time before Joel Osteen just makes a killing selling water.
Joel Osteen, just like regular ass water.
It's just an Aquafina bottle of water
Right, with a label slapped on it.
for $25.
Put his little a picture of his face on there or something.
It'd be like
It's literally just like a sticker on it and stuff, just on top of the other label. Not even a good label.
Well, anyways, guys, I think I proved the existence of ghosts. I don't know about you.
Right, definitive. This is definitive proof. We finally
Well,
did it, boys. We can wrap up the podcast.
Case closed.
Good job. Good job, Jacob.
But yeah,
I mean, you're more believable than Jason anyway.
Uh-huh.
honestly, it really is more believable than the first story Jason told. But
Good Lord, man. I did you guys a favor by telling you my paranormal story on your first episode, and I get nothing but shit for like 15 straight episodes.
it was our second episode. Thank you. We did a whole episode without you that nobody listened to because it was about Ghostbusters. Like immediately we realized, well, we got to not talk about Ghostbusters anymore.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, we only talk about Jason only because we care and Jason's a friend and
Boo.
That story was bullshit.
That story was bullshit.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, it is.
I brought pictures too, and you guys didn't.
You
even-
did.
You have picture. You have Look, that's like saying me taking a picture of my shoe that's on the floor, and go like, "Hey, my shoe wasn't there when I last saw it." Well, also I have a dog in the house, and
I probably carried it there.
Sometimes she will.
Well, that's why you
bump
should
into
take
the-
a photo of your foot right now. So in a year from now, you could take another picture and be like, "Look, the foot disappeared."
Oh, Ghost Foot is a cool name
Ghost
for
Foot.
a band.
Ghost
We should
Foot.
start a band and call it Ghost Foot.
Yeah, as soon as all four of us inevitably lose 1 foot each, we'll all be Ghost Foot. And ironically, Jason can't be the drummer because he's probably going to lose his drumming foot.
I'll be like the reverse Def Leppard.
Yeah,
Reverse
dude.
the leopard.
Reverse Def Leppard, Tyler, your sex tape. My favorite sex position is the reverse Def Leppard.
All right, well, we got to start wrapping this thing up here, boys.
Time flies when you're making fun of Jason, I guess.
Yeah, dude. That's how I live my life.
Right.
4 years went by so fast.
So, Jacob, you want to ask him the ending open micers question before we get out of here?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh, this one goes to Carlos. I already answered.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, Carlos, when was the last time you shit your pants? You're Mexican, so it had to have been like right.
Look,
Like, yeah,
I
shit
am
in your pants
shitting
right
my
now.
pants in as we speak, sir. I forgot that I was running behind for the show and I did not have time, so I just said, Fuck it.
You mean you're
Looks like
supposed to
we've
use
got
a
beans.
toilet?
No. Oh, it's probably been it's been a couple of months. But my
Holy
issue, look, my issue, Jacob, is not, I'm just gonna shit my pants. Oh well.
That's
Look,
never
man.
been the thing, dude. That's
Look,
never
man,
been the thing.
Look, man, you could have fooled me as many times as you've done it, knowing that your farts are not safe, sir. But also,
That's
Always
what
been on
I've been
black.
telling him. Like, it's not normal. And then he just stands there and he's just like, I'm just gonna shit
look,
my pants.
my
No.
issue was medicinal. It caused me some gastro problems and stuff and everything. That's what happened to me. That was my situation. It was my diabetes and
Right.
the
Your
medicine
body's
that I was
trying
on.
to fucking collapse on itself.
Yeah, well, it was also the fact that I probably the food, because it was very random. It didn't matter like if I had like decent food or if I had greasy food. One thing would just
Sure.
like randomly trigger it.
Sure.
And that's I'm telling the truth. Why would I lie about such a thing?
I'm not ready to believe you.
Okay. But
Zing.
yeah,
Da-da-da-da-da.
it's probably been a couple of months now, since the last time. But that was because of medicine, sir.
It was a special occasion.
It was a special occasion. I was like, it's not like I'm just laying in the bed going.
It was my
"Nah."
niece's quinceañera.
That's exactly correct. Yes. Shit the bed. Damn it, happened again. Oh well. Such is life.
Lovely. All right. Well, you guys go ahead and tell everybody where to find your stuff and tell all your people where your stuff is and our people where your stuff is.
That wasn't confusing at all.
Well,
It's weird. It's
are
weird to have to end the podcast when we're both going to have the same audio.
the same outro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can find us at We Are Ready to Believe You for everybody who didn't listen to the entire episode. And you can find us at R2BY on Linktree. So linktree.com/R2BY. And do you have any kind of things to say about Jacob's paranormal experience or anything, or your own paranormal experience, you can always say what it is at myghostreport@gmail.com. And you can follow us at The Real Big Wall at I Am the Rampage 1, the number 1. And if you want to give us money, patreon.com/The Real Big Wall. One of the cool perks is that you get into our Discord, and the other cool little perk is that you can actually investigate with us whenever we go to investigate a place. So, you don't want to miss that.
Well, if you want to follow me and Jacob, we are at openmicers.com. Also, Linktree/OpenMicersPodcast, where that's all of our socials, ways to give us money. Our Patreon is on there. What else we got? You can follow us at OpenMicers Podcast on Instagram, at JFunktastic, at Jacob Craig Comedy, which Jacob doesn't really post anything anymore ever. So follow him if you want to. It's not really necessary. Go follow me at JFunktastic. You'll find all the stuff. But go to our
I'm
Patreon.
still a better comedian. It doesn't matter.
Patreon.com.
I coast on talent.
/OM Podcast is our Patreon, where every single month you can watch me torture Jacob in some sort of way where, like, I shoot him with a BB gun. We had one where he ate that weird, 30-slice cheeseburger from Burger King and almost vomited.
It was good, dude.
What else did we do, Jacob? We tried, what was that stuff from Australia?
Vegemite.
We ate Vegemite, and that was
Y'all
nasty.
put way too much on there. I tried to tell y'all, hey, don't put much. You're supposed to put the little bit.
Jacob.
I'm not even Australian, but it's little.
Jacob, I did not put that much on there,
You
did
put-
I? I put
Yeah,
No.
you did, dude.
No,
It was a good amount. It was a healthy
You
amount.
smeared it on there like it was jelly, and you. I saw the video, sir. There is video proof that you put way too freaking much on there.
Well, if you want to see us eat that nasty shit, over to patreon.com/OM podcast. And that's going to do it for this week. We love you all, and we will see you next week.